wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We just thought we'd feel a bit Christmassy tonight. We just thought we needed it. Oh my God, we just watched the School in Manchester programme and we're devastated.
I'm going to get shine.
Is it on?
I'm going to shine my baubles up later.
Shine your baubles, shine your bubbles. How are you, everybody? Good evening. Good evening to you.
Hang on a minute. We should be there. There we are. It is incredibly slow, BT. I'm going to have to phone them again tomorrow and ask them what the bloody hell's happening because the Sunday show is taking forever.
Is it still not uploaded?
No, it is taking...
Oh, no.
Look, it's still saying another 35 minutes and that was started
Hours
uploading
and
at
hours and hours.
6:30.
So
I
wrong.
beavered away to get it done in time and then effing BT.
Good evening, everybody. How are you?
Annie Brown, oh my God, sat here waiting and then they made me jump out of my skin. Hello, both.
We
How are
wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. And I hope you knew.
So, I've been on the bone broth today.
The death broth, as somebody called it.
God, it's hard. So talk me
Hang on a
through
minute.
again.
Is it actually hard?
Yeah.
Or are you just in the mindset that's hard?
No, well, I struggle most. Does anyone else struggle most with eating in the evening? Because
no, I'm more in the morning.
I do. I
don't get hungry
want
then.
food to join me whilst I'm watching or whilst I'm working. I mean, the thing is, I mostly work in the evening too. But I like some food. I like some reward. I like something to shovel into my mouth.
But you've had loads of vegetables, you've had broth,
Babe,
you've had juice, you've had apples.
Babe,
You've not had
hang on a
any
minute.
food.
The way you list that all off, let's unpack that. I had juice that tasted like something from the rectum of hell. I had
awful.
broccoli twice in a bowl of tasteless brown stuff. Tasteless.
But we've got to sort out your stomach. Your
That's
stomach
my
is
stomach
not good.
lodging a formal complaint.
This is all because his
And I've been
stomach
allowed
is a mess.
I've been allowed, as an indulgence of extraordinary proportions, with you laughing hysterically when I've had them, 2 apples.
I told you you'd had 2. You lied.
No, I said you had lied.
said you've had
I said
2
you had
apples.
another apple.
You said I had 1.
I'd had one, and then I said I want another one for the live, and you said, oh. And then you roared with laughter, lay on your back like a beetle, and you kicked your legs in the air. What is so funny?
You suffering is really funny.
Maddie just said, how long is this shit going to go on?
She's,
It's
oh
unbearable.
God, no, I can't bear Dad on a diet.
As someone said the other day, I'm an angry elf. You're a grown man. Oh, Joe Sweets, look. This isn't about me not being a grown man who can't wipe his own arse. I can, I promise you. I have enlisted Nadia to help me because I have
He asked me. I said to him, have whatever you want.
I have had tummy problems recently and I just
Really
want
has.
to sort them out. So this is kind of, is this like a from the mouth way sort of enema type thing?
Yeah, it's just, because you know people go on fast and don't eat anything, which I think is ridiculous because you end up binging.
Yeah.
You're having, I know it's not what you want, but you are having nutrients.
I'm just going to put you on 4G for a minute, guys. See if... Let's have a look. Is that better? 600 watching, only 90 thumbs up. Oh, that is much better. Look at that. But that's because people have to come off their screen to do it. So have you seen the news that's broken tonight?
No. What?
That was such a good response. That was such a...
Was it something exciting?
What? Well, the government and
Good evening,
all the
Kathleen from
regions
Ontario.
have formally agreed
Oh, I know this.
that families will be allowed to get together in Christmas
Yeah.
bubbles. Oh, you already knew that?
No, I knew that. I watched the news earlier.
Oh, I didn't know this. I was sitting watching Manchester, Educating Manchester.
No,
thought,
I knew that.
"Ah."
No, I knew that. And I think it's great that all the nations have decided. I think it's been a real problem each time the separate nations doing something different.
Yeah.
And, oh, look, there's the lovely lights.
Do you know if they're back up?
Oh, it's so beautiful, aren't they? So, yeah, but I mean, was that a shock? Not really. I thought they were going to do that.
Can I just say, you're absolutely right. I think I wanted to be more impressed by it than I was. As I read it, I thought,
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen.
we knew that was coming.
I mean, the thing is now, it doesn't really mean anything until we know what a bubble is. I mean...
Four families.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So you don't know the news.
4 families.
4 families are allowed within your bubble for a period of, they don't know yet, 2 to 5 days. So that means we could see your family, we could see many dies in our bubble, and we could see 3 other families.
Right.
So who are we going to see?
But all at different. Oh, I've done the wrong thing.
All at the same time.
All at the same
4
time.
bubbles. Isn't that right, guys? 4 bubbles. I think it's a stupid idea, says Hazel Caldera. Yeah, but they've leaked it to the Times again.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Corona doesn't exist over Christmas. No, it doesn't. Look, there's you doing your eyes.
I totally made a mistake of taking my lenses out. I didn't want to.
Mm.
It was really weird. Sorry, guys. I took those out in front
4
of you.
families is too much. 3 families, including your, as well as your own. That makes it 4. Michelle Chandler, it's a disaster waiting to happen. I'm now going to go back to Wi-Fi because the whole lockdown situation, does anyone agree, was kind of solving a lot of people's awkward shit.
Yeah.
Does anyone agree? Say if you agree. Say yes in a big, robust manner.
Because if your family just happened to be watching this, they wouldn't have to know what you're saying yes
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can say
Just
yes.
say yes.
Let's ask
They
lots
won't go
of
back
questions.
through it, I promise
How
you.
can we get people tell us secretly what they want to
Well,
do?
a lot of people, so a couple of people just made the point that it's not even about people they don't want to see. It's about people, I can't speak any faster, but I'll try. It's about people that they're worried about seeing because of their health.
I know.
I mean, that's the additional bit.
Well, I mean, I think it's like we were saying the other night, like, so usually my mum and dad come over on Christmas Eve, don't they? So if they're allowed to, we will just do 2 meters distance, windows open, ventilate, face, and you just make sure, clean gloves to put for their plates and their, and then that's fine. We know that that's what keeps us safe. That's what's COVID safe.
Dawny Harvey, it's 3
If you
families,
start getting
not 4.
pissed and cuddling and kissing, that's a different thing.
But is it 3 families as well as your family? Do you see what I mean? So that in total it ends up being 4?
I still think we should wait until tomorrow because they might have got this very wrong.
Families will be allowed to get together. Some additional households. Any loosening, Boris Johnson was on Sunday afternoon holding a meeting with the other nations. It's pleased that if it has been able to agree a 4 nations approach to allow families to visit each other, overland families
I've heard
and
lots
friends.
of them talking, but I haven't heard any of them say the amount.
I'm pretty certain they said 4.
Oh.
Anna Froby.
Anna Froby, Anna Froby, Anna Froby, Anna Froby, Anna Froby, welcome, 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 welcome.
What's the derivation of your surname, Froby? Were you called Froby at school?
Jennifer
That's a good surname.
Kando, hello.
That's a good surname. Martin
Sharon,
Smith,
Ellie,
so worried about
Bobby
this.
Ward.
I'm going to go back to 4G. Yeah, back to 4G.
So there's people here saying, I love my family so much I don't want to harm them over a turkey.
I think it must be a YouTube issue. That's why this is...
if you stick to the rules, very, very, very important, leaving the windows open. And people don't get a bit tipsy if you want, but you can't get... Once
Can you get
pissed,
annihilated
it
drunk
all
and start
goes-
hugging each other?
That's where it goes disastrously.
Well, you're bad at that.
No, but I would never do that. I would never get... I haven't touched my parents, and I wouldn't. And I never get pissed at Christmas anyway.
Yeah.
Never. I don't know why, I just don't. I suppose because I'm cooking and stuff.
When
and
do
then,
you get pissed?
Uh,
When you're out? Bit sparkly.
yeah.
What's that sound?
I get tipsy rather than pissed, don't I?
We had such a terrible shadow of malevolence over us, didn't we, yesterday?
Yeah, and then there was a really terrible,
And then there
terrible
was a
thing
terrible news.
that happened in our area, and it's really strange. Both Mark and I felt absolutely so dark last night. So dark. And we both said to each other, didn't we? Almost at the same time, we feel petrified. And then Kiki apparently felt the same.
And then
when upstairs, and she wasn't telling us. And then there was a terrible,
Suspected suicide.
last night, not far from
there.
here. So we're pretty sure that that's what we were picking up on. Very shocking. Very, very shocking.
It's funny how the sort of the ley lines and the energy levels and everything
We
went.
just felt it. It was so strange.
Jessica Woodstock has just said that you're pissed pretty much every quiz night. Now, clarify for us. We have got a
No,
quiz.
I'm not
night.
pissed. I have one drink.
You're jolly though.
Jolly.
You seem
Yeah,
pissed.
I get merry, but I don't get pissed.
Yeah, that Kristen R. That energy lives in the air. You're so right. You're so
Yeah,
right. I do
we picked up on it. It was literally. I said to Mark, I feel like there's a sticky, dark
Sandy, you're right. We
thing
don't
on
rely
me.
on our instincts enough.
It was really horrible. We were pacing around, weren't we?
Yeah.
It was, yeah. And eventually we watched The Crown to just try and escape.
Bethy Kitch, I shall, however, be getting absolutely pissed on Christmas. This semester has been so hard, and I can't wait to just have a drink. Yeah, well, we talk about that. And when the Sunday show ever arrives, YouTube, please help us out here. Go faster with your upload. Go faster with your streaming. Maybe, I don't see why there would be a rush on streaming tonight, can you? Don't know why on a Sunday night. Bring Lisa and the kids. Yeah, so, I mean, with Household Bubbles, you could bring Lisa and all the boys, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, Tricky Woo, my daughter is in labour. Baby coming. How exciting.
Oh, how exciting.
And it will be probably just a Sagittarian then, won't it? Because you're right, we're right on the cusp of Scorpio and Sagittarius. It's Fleur's birthday today. Look, we're suddenly pumped up to 1,000, even though we're blurry as hell and out of focus.
Blurry?
Clearly
maybe we're better out of focus.
Maybe we're better out of focus. People don't see the awful blemishes of my skin. That might be it. Well, the biggest news is it a bubbly Christmas for all? Most of you are saying you're concerned about this. Can I ask you again, are most of you concerned about the loosening of rules for Christmas? Yes or no?
I mean, we
Yes or
are
no?
very lucky here because we've got a big room.
Yeah.
A big airy room.
Yeah, look.
If
vast
I was in,
majority.
if
Look,
I
look,
was,
look, everyone's worried about it.
yeah, if I were thinking that I was going to have my mum and dad
Yeah.
into, you know, a very closed room without big doors where I could open, I think I would be really nervous because, as they keep saying now, if you walk into a stuffy room, walk out as fast as you can because a stuffy room is where the virus hangs. So,
So bubble of 4 gold-plated music is what they're saying, or a bubble of, some people are disputing that and saying it's 3 families, but I wonder if that's 3 families plus, say, the host family. But what they haven't clarified is how many people in each bubble, in each family bubble.
exactly.
I mean, you
Because
could
you
be
could have a
looking
family
at
of 10
16
people.
Well, exactly. You could be looking at a maximum of 40 people all heaving together.
I tell you what, it's going to have to be one of the rules that they actually make clear.
They really haven't made any clear.
Because look at us when we went to Cornwall and we messed that one up. We're both
Yeah.
fairly smart people.
Well, and so, yeah. So how clear are they going to make it? And is it going to be consistent across the board? I think that's probably why it is important that they've got the agreement from Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland. Of course, a major problem in Ireland is that there are lots of people in Northern Ireland with family in Southern Ireland. So they actually have to cross
Yeah.
the border.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
they were
So
talking about that.
you've got that as a whole, you know, enigma. John, now, Nadia, you were big on this today. You were bouncing around all over the place. You're big on Boris Johnson's revolt, aren't you?
Well,
In the
I
House
quite
of
like the
Commons.
idea of a revolt.
Yeah, why is that? Are you a little
I
revolutionary?
don't know. I think it's, the little rebel in me.
You think of what they're going to wear, don't you?
Yeah, when they revolt.
Pitchforks and all that.
Revolt.
Yeah. Or is it that you find the word revolting?
Well, because the previous lockdown, I mean, Boris really needed Labour to push that
but
through.
what you're saying is Labour might not support
But
him on the
well, I
tier.
don't know. They're saying now they've got 70 rebels in the Tory party who are
Yeah.
definitely not going to back
Yeah.
the any stricter tier system out of lockdown. But now they're not so sure that Labour will either. They're not going to have the overwhelming.
Well, I think
support.
what Labour are going to demand is, and I think it's about time we did demand this, is some kind of winter COVID plan. We need to know
There needs to be
what's going to
an
happen in
exit.
January.
Exactly. And it was interesting because today with Sophie Ridge, when she was really pushing Rishi
Very
Sunak.
gentle, isn't she?
She is.
But
She was
firm.
pushing Rishi Sunak on the whole question of, because there's this particular group of Tories, aren't there, asking for the evidence.
Yes.
That lockdown and tier system is causing less harm
Yes.
than the impact of what's going on in the economy.
Yeah, they
And
wanna
he
see- they wanna s-
really fuddled around it, and she went, but surely there is some evidence, there is some paper, and he didn't answer it. It's almost like it's on a wing and a prayer, these decisions. But
Jennifer Kando, I listened to LBC this evening. Rachel was on. She said they're telling us we can have family over because we do it anyway.
yeah, I've heard that. That's what they were saying at Sage.
Why would they say it just because we're doing it anyway?
I think because they don't want to get into a situation
You
where
didn't
they've
let
got,
us.
Well, yeah.
Hit the thumbs
exactly.
up, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you're
Exactly.
enjoying our
Why would
festive
you not
cheer.
have the glory of going, oh, they let us have Christmas? I mean,
Yeah.
it's all nonsense anyway, isn't it?
Carrie Doherty, it won't be clear, and in some families it's going to cause arguments. So families will say, sod it, let's see whoever we want. January, February will be lockdown number 3. Well, this is what we're hearing, is that what's the trade-off going to be?
Well, he was very determined on that, Rishi Sunak. He said, you cannot say for each day there'll be 5 days lockdown. He said, you can't be that prescriptive with it, which I kind of think, yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's on its way down.
Yes, there is that as well. It is on its way down.
I mean, it really is. The R rate is right down.
But will it stay there? If we come out of this lockdown and we all go back to just normal shit, it's not going to stay there, is it? It's going to go back up.
Exactly.
And we haven't got a vaccine until later in the year. Later next year, have we? Kellogg, I just want to cover this just quickly. Kellogg's and Britvic attack plan to ban junk foods. I think this is really important. Some of the UK's biggest food companies have attacked a plan that could see all online junk food advertising banned to tackle childhood obesity. I think something has to happen. I mean, it's happened on television, hasn't it? Although I saw there were loads of adverts tonight for KFC and stuff like that. I'm not too sure about that, but I do think we have to have healthier choices, and I personally think an ad ban is a good idea. Don't know what anyone else thinks. And I was also noticing that a great number. We're going to react to some more Christmas adverts pretty soon, but I have to say the diversity quota is high, isn't it, across all ads? So those who were particularly upset and distressed by the Sainsbury's advert must be frantically tweeting and doing stuff at the moment, because every single supermarket is recognising that we live in a multicultural society.
There's been a direct response to Black Lives Matter. It's quite extraordinary. It's brilliant.
But also just incidentally done, which I really like. That's my big thing about drama, is that, yes, you've got things like the Steve McQueen. We are getting to the Steve McQueen, absolutely. We're looking forward to watching Lovers Rock as well as The Mangrove. But yeah, no, I am looking forward to that. I'm just having a little look to see if there's any little pockets of frippery and fun.
Oh, this was quite a funny story.
What's
This is one of the actors from what's that show that we loved with the kids?
Euphoria.
Euphoria. So he was in his audition, and he was zooming from his apartment. And the director thought he'd turn the Zoom off.
Yes, I saw.
And he was talking about his partner. God, these people really do live in a cesspit or something like that.
I mean, they'd say about
look at that. Because, I mean, my God, you can see his television from where he's sitting.
How awful.
I know, it's really awful. Hang on, where is it?
Oh, look, Judd Apatow says, as a young man, I'd have dreamt of an apartment like this. Look at that sweet flat screen, the guitar, the mouldings.
Quite incredible, isn't it?
Oh, that's quite shocking, isn't it? Yeah, unmuted.
What did he say?
I know it's a shitty apartment, that's why you should... Oh, I see, no, that was his reply.
Yeah, so he said, these poor people live in these tiny apartments. Like, I'm looking at his background and he's got his TV and, you know, that's what he was saying. And then the actor interrupted him and said, yeah, unmuted. I know it's a shitty apartment. That's why you should give me this job so I can get a better one.
Good for
But I wonder if that got him the job.
And did he get the job?
Yeah, he is one of the stars from...
Oh, was that for whilst he was casting for Euphoria? I thought it was a new...
Oh, maybe it's a new...
No, I think it's a new
series.
thing. Yeah, it was a new casting thing. Yeah.
Oh, the new series.
Terrible. Johnny Depp poses for bizarre photo behind bars while accepting film award weeks after losing libel case. What? Sometimes the bloody hell. I mean, if things couldn't get any stranger, they've just got stranger. He's won a frog. He's won a golden frog. Don't know what the award is. But he's now behind bars. That's very odd. Very, very, very odd. So it's Sunday night and it's Monday morning tomorrow. We're going to be here for coffee moaning in the morning. I think we should try and get off, only because the Sunday show is striving to upload.
It's never going to upload.
It's striving to upload in the background. Let's have a look at how long it's saying. 12 minutes. In 12 minutes' time, if you're members, there will be a Sunday show there in 12 minutes. If you're not members, hurry up and become one, and then you can watch it. But in the meantime, that's the news. Let's think about how we're going to construct our Christmas. How we're going to say to those people we don't want to see that we don't want to see them. How do we do that? How are we going to do that now that we can all see each other? Anyway.
Je ne sais pas.
All right, my lovelies.
Guys.
Lots of love. Have a lovely evening.
Yeah,
and
we'll
let's
see
see
you
you at the beginning
tomorrow.
of the week.
Bye.